Once, in a quiet village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a Zen master named Shiro. He was known far and wide for his wisdom, and people from distant lands would come to seek his guidance. One day, a young student named Ken approached Shiro. Ken was plagued by fear. He feared failure, rejection, and the unknown. He asked the master, "How can I master my fear, as you have, Shiro?" Shiro welcomed Ken with a serene smile. "Come," he said, "let's take a walk." The master and student began to stroll through the tranquil forest that surrounded the village. They walked in silence for a while, listening to the rustling leaves and the chirping of birds. After a time, Shiro stopped by a serene pond. He pointed at his reflection in the water and asked Ken, "What do you see?" Ken peered into the pond and said, "I see your reflection, master." Shiro nodded and asked, "Do you see fear in my eyes, Ken?" Ken hesitated but then answered, "No, master. Your eyes are calm and peaceful." Shiro smiled. "That is because I have learned to be like water. Water mirrors what it touches, but it is never disturbed by its reflection. To master fear, you must be like water." Ken looked puzzled. Shiro continued, "Fear arises when we cling to the past or worry about the future. But if you can be fully present in this moment, like the water, fear will lose its grip on you. Be here, now." Ken pondered the master's words. Shiro then picked up a pebble and tossed it into the pond, creating ripples on the surface. "Now, tell me, Ken, what happens to the water when a pebble disturbs its surface?" "It ripples," Ken answered. Shiro nodded. "Exactly. When something disturbs the stillness, the water ripples. Just like life, it's natural for disturbances to come your way. However, notice how the water quickly returns to its calm state. You must learn to let fear be like those ripples, acknowledging it but not allowing it to control you." Ken nodded, beginning to understand. Shiro added, "Fear often arises from the stories we tell ourselves. The stories of what might happen, of past mistakes, of uncertainty. But like ripples, those stories are not permanent. They come and go. The key is not to become entangled in them." The young student's face lit up with newfound insight. "Thank you, master. I will strive to be like water, to acknowledge my fears but not let them control me." Shiro patted Ken on the shoulder and said, "Remember, Ken, mastering fear is not about eliminating it. It's about learning to dance with it, to be at peace with it. Just as the water continues its journey, unperturbed by the ripples, so can you navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity." Ken left that day with a lighter heart and a determination to embrace the teachings of the Zen Master. Over time, he learned to be like water, to face his fears with a calm spirit, and to find peace in the present moment. His journey towards mastering fear had begun, just as the ripples on the pond eventually returned to stillness.